Well, hello there. Hey YouTube, it's Bobby, aka Paginator, and I decided to go on a bookspedition today. So I know I've been saying lately that I didn't want to keep buying books, but my favorite bookstore in the world, which I haven't physically been inside since late 2019, is finally open for in-person shopping, so the book buying ban can start after this. So if you've been a watcher of my channel for very long, you'll know that my favorite bookstore in the world is the King's English in Salt Lake City. It's about a 2-hour drive from my home, and honestly, it's like the closest bookstore to my home, so either way, I've got to travel far to get to books, and because I live in a very wintry, snowy place, I don't get to come here as often as I would like to, but I try to come when I can. And like I said, the last time I've been in there physically was in the late part of 2019. I was supposed to go to an event in January of 2020 with Neal Shusterman at the store, but he had a family emergency and had to cancel, and it got rescheduled for late March of 2020, and we all know what happened around then. The world turned into a dumpster fire for a while, so they have been closed to in-person shopping until just a few days ago, and this is the first chance I've had to come down to Salt Lake, so I'm really excited to head in there, and if you want to come shopping with me, keep watching. Okay, that was a lot of fun. Let's see if I can get better into the light here. I don't know how well this is going to work. So I'm parked on a street that has lots of trees, and so the lighting isn't like super fabulous, but it's where we are. That was really fun being in that store. I got to have a little chat with the man who works in the children's section for a minute, and the ladies in there are so friendly, and you can tell they're all just like happy to be back at work, and oh, it's so much fun to just be in there. And when I stepped through the door, it was like, I'm here. Oh, it was great. So I didn't tell you this going in case I failed, but I did have a goal to not purchase more than 5 titles. And 5 is what I picked up. You could almost say 4.5 because the first one I'm going to show you is so tiny. This is The Gentleman's Guide to Getting Lucky. It's a little like novella companion for Monty and Percy in the Gentleman's Guide to Virtue and Vengeance. Is that the right title? Anyway, Mackenzie Lee works at that store actually, or at least did. I can't remember if she still works there or not, but The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. I should have just looked inside the cover. I would find out. Anyway, this is like just a little companion for Monty and Percy, and I love those characters, so I was like, yep, me, I want that one. We also have Julie C. Dow, The Mirror Broken a Wish. You might have saw me in the vlog picking this one up to look at. I'm very much in fantasy mode right now, and this one is to do with a girl who has visions and strange powers, and she's trying to hide them because of what happens to witches in their small village. Sorry, I have an itch on my face. And there are like witch hunts going on, and she accidentally witnesses this devastating vision of the future and has to see what she can do to try to prevent it. Then I grabbed When You Trap a Tiger, which is the Newbery winner for this for 2020. That is by Tay Keller, and it is about a girl whose grandmother once stole something from the tigers, and the grandmother's now really ill, so she has to try to figure out how she can return the item, where is it, and possibly help her grandmother. Yeah, it's really hot. Salt Lake is a lot warmer than in where I live in Wyoming, and the trees are blooming, and I feel like super hot while I'm sitting in the car, so I'm trying to keep these synopsises quick, because sooner I can get the AC going or the windows rolled down or something, the better. Next I grabbed Game Changer by Neal Shusterman. It is a signed first edition, which is kind of fun. It's nothing like getting a personalized signed one, but it's still fun to have something signed. A lot of my 8th graders have been reading Scythe for their reading class, and so I figured they might be exciting to have something else by this author. And there we can see the great man's signature right there. This is a sports book, kind of. It's kind of, okay, I'll just tell you like what I learned from the Dust Jacket. Ash is a tackle on his high school football team, and he's taking some hard hits, but suddenly his life is kind of feeling like he's almost in another dimension. So he's like, gosh, have I been hit in the head one too many times? And he ends up in totally new universes that are almost but not really his own, living in perspectives he's never had to consider before, and has to try to figure out how to put his world back the way it was. So going into this, I don't know if like his illusions are caused by head trauma, or if that's just a trigger to bring him into actual other worlds. It'll be interesting to read this and find out. And then lastly, I picked up The Faithless Hawk by Margaret Owen. I believe this one has been out for a while, and I've been interested in it, but you know, now is the time. And the little tagline inside the Dust Jacket says, "A dead king, an empty throne, a lost god, and a treacherous road for the crows." If that doesn't sound interesting, then what does? Like, really? So Fi is the main character, and she's the new chieftain of the crows. And the prince has made an oath to protect her and her fellow crows, but she's kind of doubtful that he'll keep it. And things start to go wrong from there. There's a witch queen and a monstrous army and potentially a nation being lost. So again, definitely in fantasy mode lately. All right, I am sweating and it's time to move on. So we're going to wrap this up, and I'm going to wish you a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.